Hi, everybody. Before we continue, like, share, subscribe. It would be really nice because the stupidity that I'm seeing coming out of the Trump administration, and now it's starting to affect airlines. Last I checked, airlines were the one that are very big um, industries. They are now the Trump administration is affecting airlines. What's next? When's this stupidity going to stop? The first year, it was very vulnerable. The poor, the veterans, all the very people that you would need to vote for. Now it's starting to hurt the airlines, the very airline CEOs. Now it's going to hurt the grocery stores. It's going to keep continuing until somebody blinks and the Republicans are thinking, oh yeah, the Democrats, and it's this back and forth fight. And I'm asking myself this stupid question: at what point does the Democrats and the Republicans don't realize when it hits their pocketbook or their constituents' pocketbook? I'm just a piss. I'm a dirt poor person who's a stupid butt or rando on YouTube. But when it starts to hurt the CEOs and stuff like that, then the Republicans and Dems are starting to pay attention. They don't pay attention to a guy like me because I'm not financially well off as some of them. The CEOs, the airline industry, the grocery industry, the entertainment industry. See, this will continually make the great equalizer in this current dying system. So, what I'm saying is very blunt but to the point. Most people who attack people on SNAP and attack people on Medicaid, etc., who are trying to get out of those programs are very wealthy, very well off people who have forgotten what it is to have nothing and to pull yourself up. And I'm using Ronald Reagan terminology: pull yourself up by your bootstraps. But yet, you guys have forgotten that. You guys have forgotten, who are well off, what it's like for someone at the very bottom trying to raise their living standards while being hit in the expletive to be forced into a lower standard of living. But yet there's this strange thing that conservatives and liberals both point to is put you have the right to pull yourself up through the social mobility thing. Okay, that kind of makes sense, but it is kind of, in my opinion, it was a foregone conclusion that it wasn't going to happen the right way. But when people start to wake up and realize that it's the politicians that are screwing them and the CEOs that are screwing them, and a guy like me, the rando on YouTube, no, it ain't guys like me that are screwing you. I'm just pointing out it's both parties, in the Democrats and the Republicans. I don't want to get hit and shit on anymore by both, and this includes MAGA Republicans. I do not want to get hit and crapped on by that demonic bird, whether it be a Democrat or a Republican. I don't give a rat's pink no more. I used to give a rat's pink when 2020 hit, because I thought, maybe people will come to the sense that, hey, this will help, people wake them up that, hey, this is only temporary. Yeah, but it was temporary only for a minute, and then it turned around, it transitory, and then it became the new normal, kind of like the Patriot Act and a few other things. And I come from a generation that has seen 2001, the obvious one, uh, 2008 Great Recession, COVID, and now this now possibility of World War WW3. So yeah, so excuse me if I seem a little wore out, and I'm asking my government to give a damn long enough to show me that they still have redeeming qualities. Because obviously, they've checked out a long time ago. They've checked out a long time ago, and they're piloting this ship all the way down. So either there's a quote-unquote soft landing, or quote-unquote it crashes like into a hard landing. And this is my point. I still see people trying to divvy up scant resources, but yet people like me, we get punched still. People that punch down on guys like me because I'm trying to raise my quote-unquote standard of living. And I realized it was an illusion, a freaking rat race that I was never meant to win. And that's why I refuse to play. But yeah, I will keep the essentials going, but I will not play in the wider game no more. Because I see through it. And a lot of my generation, and a lot of Gen Z, and a lot of Gen Alpha, they see through it. But Xers, Boomers, they've given a big chunk of their life to a system that has exploited them. So, hey, that's on y'all, Gen Xers and Boomers. But here's the caveat. People sit there and point, we, us millennials, we're the throwaway, the wasted steam generation. Now we're being needed for the tax base that's fixing to come up and the reversal. I'm sorry. I don't know about most millennials, but I know for my case, I'm very finicky about who I trust with my tax dollars. I'm very finicky. Because I'm going to tell you, you think millennials are a problem? Or, wait, I've seen some things with Gen Alpha, I'll be like, oh my Lord. It would make my generation look tame. That's the honest truth. It would make my generation look tame. Thank you very much.